morning, Earthlings. It's Friday, August 29th, and you've officially made it to the end of the week. Barely, but you're here. This is Earth is Ghetto, the only podcast where your weekend plans are probably just laundry and a nap. And honestly, that's the dream. Friday means vibes are high, energy is low, and somebody in the office is definitely about to send that Happy Friday email like they don't secretly cry in the bathroom on Mondays. But hey, it's our last chance to mess things up before Monday resets the scoreboard. So let's make it count.
Ooh. Oh. It's Friday. Hey, Friday. What's up, y'all? Happy Friday. My energy is low. She did get that right. But I'm here. We made it through the week. We made it through another week. Pat yourself on the back. Stump your feet, wind your hips, rock your knees. Do those hand exercises. I love those. I think I'm going to start doing them every day. If you didn't see them, check them out. They were on the podcast yesterday. What did I do today? I went to the gym, beast moded it out. I had pretty high energy today at the gym, so that was good. Came home, still watching How to Get Away with Murder. Nothing too exciting or enticing or anything. I just really am ready to be off work this week. It's been the week went fast, but it's just obligations. And I know it's a 3-day weekend coming up, and I'm really excited for that. So I just think that just makes it like me even more like, when is this week gonna be over with type stuff. Anyway, y'all, that's all I got. Let's get into the news. Why don't we?
Miss Jackson?
All right, the Powerball jackpot nears $1 billion mark at estimated $950 million after no one won the grand prize. Listen, I need that. I want that. This is Cardi coming out of the courthouse today. And, yeah, Cardi looked pregnant as a mug. She looked pregnant. I mean, yeah, no denying that. The new CEO of Hooters says the company is rebranding to be more family-friendly and declared, I don't think you're going to see a bunch of butt cheeks hanging out. The day of the butt cheek is over. Let's see.
Conversation, that also means I can Google it. It's indexed on Google. I just looked up your name and resume, and I saw your email address and your address and every place you've worked at, and you ain't getting the job. You need to dump that man, please. You go to settings and turn that off, and better yet, stop using ChatGPT. You need to use the best generative AI of all time, your brain. Good luck. You know what the sickest part is? The LinkedIn influencers are up there bragging about how they're using these conversations to better manipulate you. So do it that way you will. It'll be easy. Y'all better watch out, because if you ever shared your ChatGPT conversation, that also means I can Google it. It's indexed on Google. I just looked up your name and read.
So, yeah. More things that you probably don't want to be putting on ChatGPT. The U.S. Navy is deploying 8 warships to the Caribbean and Pacific waters near several Central and South American countries. It's a significant move that has escalated tensions with nearby Venezuela. Trump administration asked military base outside of Chicago for support on immigration operations. Mexican President Claudia said Wednesday that she would ask the United States to share the $15 billion it expects to extract from convicted Mexican drug lord Ishmael El Mayo Zambada with her country's poor. I mean, you know? North Korean leader Kim Jong-un will make a rare trip abroad next week to attend a military parade in Chinese capital. North Korean and Chinese state media said on Thursday. A hacker has exploited a leading artificial intelligence chatbot to conduct the most comprehensive and lucrative AI cybercriminal operation known to date, using it to do everything from find targets to write ransom notes. A jury has awarded $2.2 million to a protester who was pew-pewed in the face with a less lethal munition by a Los Angeles sheriff deputy during a demonstration against police brutality in 2020. Less than a minute after an airliner made an aggressive maneuver to avoid colliding with a B-52, the bomber nearly collided with a small private plane, NTSB says. An Amish woman who is accused of unaliving her 4-year-old son by throwing him into an Ohio lake said it was a test of her faith. No charges are expected for a Texas father who unalived his daughter's abuser. A telecom frequency outage prompted the Federal Aviation Administration Thursday to halt arriving flights at Newark Liberty International Airport for more than an hour, the latest tech issue to snarl flights at the airport near New York City. People are saying now they ask you if you're a barb before they date you, which is one of Nicki Minaj's fan base name, said being a barb is now considered a massive red flag in a dating. If you're like at anything in a fan base, if you're calling yourself the Beehive or no, especially at my age, I'm sorry, maybe the young kids, but if you like in your 30s and 40s claiming to be a part of these cliques, it's kind of crazy. Ice-T says, sometimes people ask me marriage advice because I've been happily married for 25 years. My answer, I know how to be married to my wife, not yours. And that is so, like, I never give marriage advice. I don't. Like, I mean, I could tell you some tips, but I can't tell you what you need to do in your marriage because I'm not married to your person. I know how to deal with my person and my person only. The Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook filed a lawsuit on Thursday claiming President Trump has no power to remove her from office. Mattress firm seems like a mob front to me. No one is ever in the stores. They make millions of dollars a month. Nobody's buying it.
Me and my buddy here, we're not here to snitch. We're just here to figure out what's really going on. We flew all the way down from Boston. We're going mattress firm to mattress firm trying to find the secret, so.
The store does like $2.3 million a year in mattress sales.
Yeah, but no one's ever in here, though. Like, how are you guys making all that money when no one's in here?
I had 3 customers in there today.
That's not enough customers.
The customer was 4,000.
No.
It was 1,000. Yeah.
You're inflating the prices up. You mind if I just go take a trip in the back, see what's going on back there, backstage? Show me around.
Not like there's much.
Some things just don't add up, you know what I mean? There's never been one customer in here. It's just,
that's it.
what's in here? Can you mind popping this bad boy open right here?
What, an electrical
Just this
cabinet?
panel, yeah, I just want to see what the hell's in there. You know what I mean? Could be a little bit of cash in there, maybe some 20s or something.
It's literally electrical panel.
What are these codes, man? Like, what are these acronyms?
I don't fucking know, man.
You know something's going on. I don't know if they're like, why are they watching you? They have cameras in there. You mic'd up right now. Like, where does the money come from? 100%.
I'm making a shitload.
Yeah, but they probably don't have you in on it. They probably have you lower, and they probably have you as like one of their weasels. They're not going to tell you about it. Well, they're cashing in. Something's just don't add up. What do you think?
I think there might be like a million tucked behind those
Is
mattresses.
there something like in between maybe one of these ones like that? Like in the plastic wrapping? I just feel something fishy back here. You're not like mad because you think I'm like onto you, right?
Shit thrown at me all the time.
Well, I'm not scared of people throwing shit at me. Mind if I check under a couple of these mattresses or no?
For what, dust? Sure.
Cash flow.
Car.
What's this?
Always when you pull that in your pocket.
$100 bill.
Listen, I don't know why I never work in a mattress store. They really don't get a lot of customers. Seems like a pretty easy job. But, yeah, they keep their money flowing. One thing about it, somebody funding it. Maya opens up about her wanting marriage or kids and why she's totally fine with it, that she doesn't want marriage or kids. She never wanted it. Billboard crowns The Weeknd's Blinding Lights as the top R&B song for the 21st century. I don't know what that song sounds like, but I'm going to take y'all word for it. Nike unveils the sneakers reverse program to guarantee sneaker-free orders and eliminate drop day chaos. I'm so glad when I came ahead of the time where people got to stand outside for a shoe release or online. RK Jr. claims he can spot health issues in kids just by looking at them in airports. I can spot whose kid is bad by looking at him in the airport. Ex-NFL pro Daryl Buster Shrine arrested after allegedly scamming women out of $300,000 in online dating scheme. Now, how was he doing that? They took him to custody on 18 charges, including identity fraud, theft by taking a depositing. He says that the 35-year-old ex-athlete scammed multiple women out of roughly $300,000 after building romantic relationships and faking financial hardships. He promised he would pay them back using funds from the NFL annuity, and he used the money for lavish lifestyles, Airbnb, gift cards, and travel. He was already facing charges in Canada for allegedly defrauding banks for over $100,000 after receiving a bond in April 2024, being placed on GPS monitor, officials say. He cut off the device and fled back to the U.S. Police began investigating Shrine again in July after a local woman reported financial exploitation. The tip led them to 3 other victims. Listen, he seen that one dude, that one scammer. He had a nice scam, but he just went too far, I guess. HUD puts public housing authorities on notice, share citizenship data, or lose the funding. If you caught your parents cheating on each other, would you tell? Politicians are pushing and shoving in Mexico. So this was funny, and a lot of people just don't like J-Lo, including my husband. But Luis Guzman kept it unfiltered when speaking on Jennifer Lopez on Hot Ones Sit Down.
Alright, Adam Sandler.
Amazing.
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Bellissima.
Jennifer Lopez.
Okay.
That is funny, dude. Somebody said no one likes J-Lo. A lot of people said they met Catherine Zeta-Jones. She was really nice. J-Lo was mean. Somebody said my uncle used to do her hair, and many other celebrities. He offered her coffee. She took it and tossed it down the shampoo bowl and asked her assistant to get her coffee. No one likes her for a reason. J-Lo just gives off B vibes. She looked good though. She looked good, I give her that. I will give her that. A judge allows families of 9/11 victims to proceed with civil lawsuit against Saudi Arabia. Families claim Saudi Arabia aided the Al-Qaeda hijackers in September 11 terrorist attack. It'll be interesting how that's going to play out. A dentist reveals the cause of Tamar's traumatic incident, possibly from sleepwalking now.
Near-death experience.
I just had to speak about what I was going through.
Hi, my name is Dr. Amira Ogunleya, and I am a cosmetic dentist out of Miami, Florida. I was recently contacted by Tamar Braxton's team, who reported a very traumatic injury. She woke up in a pool full of blood and saw many fractured teeth on her floor. She flew to me immediately within 24 hours. Upon evaluation, I confirmed that she did in fact have several fractured teeth. She even had an avulsed tooth, which is a tooth.
So Tamar did get her teeth broke out, but I guess it's from sleepwalking. The whole story crazy, y'all. Somebody said, what's worse than heartbreak? Overdraft charges, bro. Homelessness. Like, the list is long. A 24-year-old Florida woman is arrested after a fatal hit and run. Says she didn't want to be late for work, and when she arrived, she told the supervisor that she possibly unalived someone. That's how stressed these jobs be having you. I mean, it ain't right what she did, but dude, it's pretty bad. That's how stressed out people be. Let's see what else we got here, y'all. What tattoo is the biggest turnoff? A lot of them. The list is too long, man. I stopped even liking my tattoos after a while. Somebody said rib tattoo on a female, lips, someone's face, chest tattoo with the big butterfly wings, zodiac signs, women with tattoos across their chest, someone's name, face and neck, any tattoo that's not my name, that clock, that rose, that lion combo, butterflies, roses, and clocks. A lot of them be bad. There is no lies about that. Black women are boycotting non-black hair products and beauty supply stores September 1st through the 30th. Y'all better remember that. What's the biggest waste of money to avoid in your 20s and 30s? Buying new cars, get used, buying weed, children out of wedlock, rushing to move out on your own. Car, a lot of people saying cars. Let's see. Bottles, tables, and sections. Partying. Somebody said rent, stay home unless you're married. Kids, I know that's right. Alright, y'all. Let's see what story times I got today.
Boy that I got in my car at 3 in the morning, drove 2.5 hours up to his school, waited in the parking lot until the sun rose, went onto Snap Maps, saw a girl that I was like friends with in 6th grade. We sat next to each other in chorus class. I think we talked like maybe 3 times. Anyway, I waited until her Bitmoji said that she was active on Snapchat because like I just knew. I was like, this girl definitely wakes up like early as hell. Called her on Snapchat. She answered. She said, hello? I said, hey girl, I got a favor to ask of you. She was very skeptical at first because again, have not talked to this girl in probably like 7 years. I said, hey, can you please come downstairs and like let me into your dorm building? She obviously said yeah. Like she's for the girls. Like I really love her. Anyway, she asked me what the situation was. I told her the situation. She started laughing. I was not laughing. I was in shambles. Pushed the button on the elevator, got out, broke into his dorm room. But yeah, I'm like an RA's worst nightmare. Like, broke into his dorm room. Opened the door. Broke into it.
Young love.
Somebody call the police!
I mean, she's clearly going to jail because you can't hit people with a car, but somebody said he cannot hold her captive. Listen, she should have got out the car and moved him.
So I have some major updates about the story of the 11-year-old girl out of Oklahoma who had to give birth at home, and it turned out that it was her stepdad's baby. I spoke to somebody who was close to the source, and here's what I learned. Sherry, the girl's mom, is the one who delivered the baby. But Sherry, too, is pregnant, 35 weeks along, with her 7th child. And obviously her husband is the father of that baby, who is also the father of the 11-year-old's baby. So you have that whole thing. Then a lot of you guys have been wondering, how did they get caught? Because remember, they pulled her out of school for a year. She hadn't been to any doctors. Well, apparently after the baby was born, they had to call 911 because I'm sure we can guess why an 11-year-old isn't big enough to be giving birth. She's a small child. So they came. They're the ones that ultimately cut the cord, took her back to the hospital, and while she was there, it sounds like they didn't believe the story about some 12-year-old either. So they did a DNA test on her, and it turns out that that's how they found out the stepdad was the dad of this baby. Now, I also know that a lot of you guys have been asking about the kids. How are they doing? Well, here's what I can tell you, and this is all I know. It's not very much, because when we're talking about minors, that stuff doesn't really get put out there. They have been removed from the home. We know that that's been publicly reported. They aren't together because, unfortunately, there's so many of them. That's not necessarily a bad thing. They are safe. It's not necessarily a bad thing because that means they probably have the easier ability to get some one-on-one trauma counseling. There are also 2 younger girls in the home, younger than the 11-year-old. And so we're all just hoping and basically praying that they weren't victims of this same abuse like their sister was. That being said, once we have more information, I'll be back to give you guys another update. But this was pretty big, pretty mind-blowing, so I wanted to come on and give you guys this update. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and of course hit that follow button so you don't miss any.
So terrible. I want to know how he got up there to put that zapper up there. I got one of them zappers.
Here we go, now one. Nothing wrong with me. Nothing wrong with me. Nothing wrong with me. Nothing wrong with me. Something's got to give. Something's got to give.
I was just saying today, some people have the ugliest dogs. I mean, really.
I knew it was one in there. Money talking, I was walking, now I'm walking up in candy coated rover. Got your baby mama Snow White, man. I ain't bragging, I'm just saying. All these diamonds on my hand got me icy feeling.
Doggy man.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4.
Not only was they trying to catch her, get her, follow the wig, but the friend that got the wig was starting to drown, y'all. They say the wig before saving you. Darling, hold my hair. Why are these squirrels going so crazy?
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4. We've got millions of free child place holidays available, with 22 kilograms of baggage included. Book now with Jet2 holidays. Package holidays you can trust. Patronage protected.
They said their ship tilted.
Y'all using the bathroom?
Morris, have you been faithful to this woman?
Well, she know I haven't been faithful. But I don't know what this woman.
Oh, shut up!
Coming up next, the conclusion.
Y'all using the bathroom?
Just a little something we have here in Louisiana. A little partnership, don't worry. Sit down at my table, put your minds at ease. If you relax, it will enable me to do anything I please. I can read your future, I can change it around some too. I look deep into your heart and soul.
I don't have the patience to learn magic, but it seems fun.
So good morning if you have a Fupa, because it's Fupa Friday and I'm the Fupa Scooper.
It's Fupa Friday, y'all.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4.
Yo, I like this pilot. He want the window extra clean.
Pues su puta madre. A mí si me matan los humanos les hago un cagadero caliente. Aquí no está pelada, yo ando y cuido a los jefes. Los pacientes no lo mío, yo le rezo el dictamen a la muerte. No más unos cuantos saben, a mí me gusta la cerveza caliente. Me gustan los carros de velocidad, la neta la ido como Chevy. A la orden del chivano bañamos todo el peso puta renuente. Si tenés que ir a volar mi piloto, yo me voy por las nubes siempre. Cuando
I just know one thing. That paint better not have been coming down in nobody's pocket. Somebody said, don't break it up. It's fair. One or one. Somebody said, how long is this going to take? One. Yes. He did all that and still busted his butt. Hung down in lane 15. I wish I could be working there. Hung down lane 15. Did all that for nothing. Maine just laid there. Uncle became the ball. The funny part is the anticipation. We all waited for this, and now we're on our umpteenth time watching it with no end in sight.
I found out my nigga was cheating on me, so I texted the bitch. She responded and said, meet me up at the McDonald's up the street. We gonna see who really love this nigga. And honestly, I would say she loves him more. Yeah. Teach me a little.
Yo, this trend is funny, and I am here to say that not every baby is cute. My son, he went through some changes too. He didn't get cute till 3 months. Some newborns ain't cute. I'm sorry.
Oh, excuse me. Can I have a white wine, please? Sure.
you know what me pum pum, on the body me a wine and a boom 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 papa boom boom. At me body does a jump and a boom boom.
Listen, I would give her a fat tip.
Put a finger down if you were dating this guy and he walked into your life and he was quite literally everything that you have been waiting for. Truly had you questioning, God, is this you? Did you put this guy in my life? He displayed every quality that I had been looking for. He was like nice. He was emotionally intelligent. He was understanding and listened and was attentive. He had a good relationship with the Lord. He just, he was funny. So many things, right? Yeah, he was great. And then one day, as in yesterday, he got a little drunk and we got home and he decided, I'm gonna just pop 2 gummies. Oh, are you? Okay. Yeah, pop 2 gummies. Also, when I got home from work, he had like a display of like things he bought me with like rose petals and like a candle and wine glasses and like got me some takeout. I got in and I was like, that's sus, like that's sweet, right? Obviously, but my intuition was like, what did this man do? What is he trying to compensate for? And I've had an intuition, like a feeling in my gut that something about this man wasn't right. But he was so great that I just chalked it up to like my trauma, my overthinking, right? So I was like, you need to just trust this man. Wrong. Never trust a man. Don't ever trust a man. Yeah, so anyway, we got here. He popped 2 gummies. He was out of his gosh darn mind. And he kept going on about, and I was sitting there, I'm completely sober, I just got home from work, right? He kept going on about, babe, I need to tell you something. Babe, now would be a perfect time to tell you. And then he wouldn't finish the sentence. I was like, tell me what? Like, what are you hiding? Like, my mind went there. I was like, what are you trying to hide? It was almost like he was like outing himself and then like realizing, oh my gosh, this is Shannon, I'm talking to my girlfriend right now. And then like dialed it back in, right? Yeah, so that was happening. I eventually put him to bed. He slept on the couch. I went into my room, grabbed his phone, and sat in my room for 4 hours on his phone. I'll explain. As I was going through his phone, I got in there with his password, I realized that I'm really not coming across anything because he, you went into messages, deleted messages, there was nothing there. I went into like search history, that was all cleared out. He had like an app for like hidden apps, and I got into that, there was nothing in there. And I was like, this man's really trying to like cover something up. Like the fact that he went to extreme lengths to like make shit disappear, right? Yeah, so I decided, I was like, there's something. I'm gonna find something because I don't delete stuff off my phone. Like, I'm a normal human being. And so I went to TikTok and I was like, hey TikTok, like, how do you get into a man's phone? What to look for when you're going through your man's phone? Found some good stuff, did I? Yeah, lots of good tips and tricks. So basically you go into messages, deleted messages, there's an archive. You do this on like your settings. There's an archive button. Went into that. You need his password, so hopefully you know your man's password. You go into that and I found just one text. So obviously he was like clearing out his archive, right? But this one he missed. It was a text from Bumble. Hey, your activation code is 7 whatever. From Monday, a couple days ago. Right before he came to my house. So yeah, he downloaded Bumble, deleted that. I went into search history. There's like an archive button for that. Went into that. I left at 2 o'clock yesterday to go into work. He stayed here. He's gonna cook dinner, have like a little date night in the house, right? Literally no less than 20 minutes after I left for work, he was searching porn. And we have something in our relationship where we had already discussed that, and I was like, there's no place for porn in a relationship. Like, I am not that girl. Nope. So, and he agreed, right? He agreed. So yeah, several sites in my house, on my couch, or in my bed. Yeah, and not only were they, regular, it was granny with young boy, it was MILF, it was GILF, it was some odd topics. Clearly he's got some mommy issues is what I'm thinking. Yeah, so went through that, went through his app store. On the icon, you can click the picture. And in that, there's like purchase history, and then hidden purchase history, and you needed like his iCloud password for the purchase history, that. So I was like, crap, I don't even know what that would be. So I went into his password app, and it asked for a Face ID like 3 times, and obviously my Face ID was declined, but then after the 3rd time, you can like prompt it to like put in your regular password. So I put that in, got in there. Some of the websites and apps that he has had on his phone are passwords for apps on his phone. Tinder, Reddit was on there. I've heard some good stuff about Reddit that I need to check that, so we'll carry that on. But Reddit, Grindr,
paid a subscription for. All kinds of stuff. But anyway, I found the password for his iCloud. And I went into the purchase history, whatever, and I found that he had purchased Bumble Premium 3 days ago. I saw that he purchased Grindr and Tinder Premium. Grindr? Yeah. He's straight. Let me get that. Yeah. He's straight. And not only that, like there was like a hidden purchase, and you can see there was like a Latino dating website. There was several other dating websites that I haven't seen. There was a transgender dating site, Grindr obviously, and a few other cougar app, like cougars, dating for cougars. Yeah. And I'm not here to like judge you or offend you in any way, okay? I'm just saying that was never discussed in our relationship. Yeah, so found that. I decided to get a little ballsy and go to his navigation app, and one frequent thing, stop that I was seeing on there was a thing called Adam and Eve. I don't know what that is. Had to look it up because I'm a good girl. Looked it up. It's a sex shop. Yeah. Not only is it that, it's just like, where are they? Like, we don't do that in our relationship. So like, who are you using that stuff with? And then you're using that stuff with somebody else and then coming here and, yeah. I need to go to the OBGYN. Yeah, so all of that. And then I got into his Reddit from like the passwords. And some of his searches were actually had me spiraling. It is some hardcore, not okay, should probably be in prison. And mind you, I have a 3-year-old son who I introduced to him. Yeah. I mean, thank God nothing, I got out and I found this out quick. But still, like...
Listen, I'm glad she got out, and this is going to be a very big lesson for her. She needs to go to the doctor, therapy. Dude definitely not straight. Somebody said he's definitely a DL. Somebody said, I just wanted to tell you there's men out there that would never dream of doing anything even remotely close to this. I promise they're not all evil. Somebody said it's a laughing after you saying Grindr for me. Listen, even Jesus is appalled. Alright, y'all. That's the show. That's enough for me. I'ma head out. We need inspiration on the way. Y'all have a really good weekend, and I hope y'all having a 3-day weekend. Y'all stay blessed.
Again, and he has some more puppies. The dog nurses the puppies, go hang out with his friend the elephant again, and the dog gets pregnant again, and he has puppies. So now the dog rolled up and said, hey, I don't mean to be shady, but are you sure you're pregnant? Because I had nearly a dozen puppies, and you haven't had nothing. And the elephant said, well, I think it's because when you give birth, your baby's yappity yap. But when I give birth, the whole jungle shakes. See, you have to understand this. When God has you going through a process, depending on how mighty it is, depending on how powerful it is, it's gonna take longer. For a dog to have puppies, it takes 63 days. But for an elephant to give birth, it takes 22 months. It's because of what's on the inside of you. Can we? I want to show you this elephant. Look at this. Look at this elephant. This elephant in itself, its baby is bigger than the dog. It's bigger than most dogs. And we have a lot of people saying, I thought you were doing this. I thought you said that you were going to do that. I thought you believed God was going to do this. Where it's at? I just thought it was going to happen. And you need to be like, listen, this must mean what is on the inside of me. This must mean what I'm carrying. This must mean what God is going to do. This must mean what I need to become is so powerful that God has to take his time. I'm not carrying puppies, I'm carrying a king. I'm not carrying puppies, I'm carrying something that's going to change the earth. I'm not carrying puppies, I'm carrying a game changer. Somebody say, I'm carrying something. The third reason on why God allows us to be shook is for your character. There's still too much petty there. You still feel the need to clap back in the comment section. See, a lot of us want the blessing, but we can't handle the dirty side of it. The criticism, the persecution. And so God's like, okay, I need you to be sifted so that you can learn that my approval is better than their endorsement. And I need you to be so affirmed by me so that when you're rejected by them, you'll never question me. Did you hear what I just said? I need you so confirmed in me so that when you're doing what I have you to do and they reject you, you'll never question me because you're never doing it for them. You're doing it for me.
You don't have to worry about picking out your perfect shade anymore. I got the new Biomimic foundation.
And I need you to have character to where if the world boos but heaven applauds, you feel good because you recognize for you to conduct the orchestra, the crowd has to get your back. And I'm so focused on what God has called me to do, I don't really care what y'all say because I'm focused on my assignment and the crowd has to get my back. And as long as I'm doing my assignment, it don't matter if y'all boo. As long as I'm doing my assignment, doesn't matter if y'all don't like me. As long as I'm doing my assignment, doesn't matter if y'all hate me because I have got heaven's approval. God has my back, and I promise you, your hands are too small for God's arms. He wants you to grow. I want you to see this, okay? Romans chapter 5. Romans chapter 5, verse 3 and 4. Look, it says, and not only that, but we also glory in tribulations, knowing that tribulation produces perseverance, and perseverance character, and character hope. I believe Paul had to get to a place to where he said we glory in tribulation. So like this stuff we going through with coronavirus and all this stuff, Paul would have been like, we get glory in this. Like this atmosphere is ripe for us to give God glory. This helps us persevere. And I begin to ask myself, how in the world do you go from giving glory to persevering to having character to having hope? And then I think as I begin to ponder on this, Paul was saying, I persevered because last time I persevered, God came through. And now it formulated a character in me that every time I go through tribulation, I can give him glory because the last time I persevered through this, he came through clutch. And the last time I persevered through this, he came through clutch. And the last time I persevered through that, he came through clutch. And so now I have a character. God always gonna come through. God always going to show out. God's always going to have his way. It might not look good, but I have hope. Are you seeing this? I have hope because I give glory in tribulations, which caused me to persevere, which caused for me to have character, and now I have hope. Now I have hope. And number 4, the reason God allows us to be shaken is exposure. What if I told you there's some stuff in you that you didn't know was in you until you were shaken? You didn't know that you were still that carnal until that person cut you off on 45 and bleep, 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 bleep came in your thoughts. It may not have came out your mouth, but it came in your thoughts. And every now and then, kind of like a beaker that has dirt at the bottom, when we think that we've been filtered enough, when we think that we're clean enough, I believe the Lord allows something to shake us and say, there's still stuff in there. You see that? It's not gone. I love you. I ain't judging. I'm just showing you. We still got to work on that. Yeah, it's not really out. Now, we can get it out because I can shake you some more because you prayed for me to help you with anger. So what am I going to do? I'm going to shake that. Or you can see I need to learn some control. You're not going to learn anger management through avoidance. No, I'll allow this to happen. It's not to cause sin in you, but it's just to show you I'm exposing there's still some stuff in you. Can I get somebody to say, it's still there? Some of us, if you be real, like, look, I know my other side is still there. Listen, I don't even have to front. You can, look, I will pray for you, but then on the wrong day, you can catch these hands. Last point, number 5, for others. For others. To me, the bad boy disciple, the one who was cutting people's ears off, the one who denied even knowing Jesus. Once Jesus rose from the dead and ascended to heaven, Peter became the man. That powerful apostle. Paul was the man too, but Peter was the man. He wasn't even scared. He would stand before people and be like, man, who we gonna listen to you? Who we gonna listen to? We gotta obey God more than we obey you. And I believe when he says, Simon, Simon, the devil has asked for you to leave you shook, to toss you back and forth. And when you have returned to me, meaning once you get it together, because you're gonna get hit, but you know where I am. Once you return to me, strengthen your brother. This is for others. By this all men will know that you're my disciples, by the way that you love one another. What if you're going through this for other people? And I just wanted to challenge you on tonight. Where is your level of surrender? And why not try surrender? Take your hands off the wheel. Embrace it. The discomfort, don't try to run from it. Embrace it. Because possibly there's something on the inside of you that God's trying to show you is still there. And he knows after you're shaken, you're going to be more powerful. You're going to be stronger. But you have to go through the sifting. God, we thank you for this word. And we pray, oh God, give us the level of surrender to embrace the sifting. Because if you let us go through it, you're going to let us get through it. And God, we trust you because we saw in your word that if we can give you glory in tribulation, it gives us perseverance, which will create in us character, which gives us a hope. A hope that you always will hear us. A hope that you'll never leave us. A hope that you'll always work things together for the good of those who love the Lord. Well, God, we give you our surrender. We honor you and help us to have a through it all worship life. In Jesus' name, amen.